Alright guys, so this is the first video on WTW, World Tropical Weather, and today we're covering all the storms that are active around the world. So currently, starting off with Tropical Cyclone Freddy, winds from our latest estimates at 125 miles per hour, which is 110 knots, gusting with winds of 140 miles per hour, and it is moving west at 14 miles per hour. Currently, that is the storm is no threat to land, but it could be in the future. Take a look at the JTWC forecast going for the storm here. We can see they're expecting it to peak with winds of 110 knots. That was quite a bit further on. It already is at 110 knots. And they're expecting it to weaken, so it could intensify even more. But you can see later on in the JTWC forecast going, it gets close to Rodrigues. It starts to take a dip towards, it looks like, Mauritius, La Réunion, maybe even making landfall in Madagascar. So we need to watch this very carefully for potential threat to land if the storm ever becomes one. We also have Tropical Cyclone Dingani, winds from our latest analysis at 45 miles per hour, that is 40 knots, gusting with winds of 60 miles per hour, and it is moving southwest at 16 miles per hour. Currently not a threat to land, it is actually just weakening, and it probably weaken for pretty much ever on. Here's the JTWC forecast cone here. We can see 55 knots, that is, I think that's overestimated. I'm pretty sure it is already starting an ET transition, or at least it looks like it is. And the storm is being sheared quite a bit, and it is expected to weaken pretty rapidly, you can see, and then by the end of it, it is completely dissipated and it is completely dead, but no threat to land, which is good news. We also have Invest 99W, winds of 30 miles per hour, that is 25 knots, gusting with winds of 40 miles per hour, and currently we do not know where this is moving. It is very uncertain, it's sort of just stationary at the minute, and this is going to be a minor threat to the Philippines. It could bring heavy rainfall in excess of potentially 300 millimeters, but it looks like that's another tropical system that does this. This is just going to be to pretty much add into that system, which could happen. Here's the GFS ensembles. There's not many tracks as it's not expected to live for a while. It could be a bit of a threat too. I think that's yeah, I think that's Palau. No, it's not. I don't think it is Palau. But it could be a bit of a threat to the Philippines, mainly a rainfall threat. And to those islands there near where the storm is, it is going to be a rainfall threat, as rainfall could be falling right now actually, and winds are at around 30 miles per hour from our latest analysis. We also have Invest 91P, winds from our latest analysis at 45 miles per hour, that is 40 knots, gusting with winds of 55 miles per hour, moving south at 1 miles per hour, and it is a threat to land. Rainfall is going to be a lot, 700 millimeters potentially, and keep in mind this is not an official estimate, mind you. This is just our team's analysis at this time. What they're going with at this time, and you can see that they're very close to the coast of Queensland there in the Gulf of Carpentaria, looking pretty organized. Center is elongated still at this time. If it does close it up, that is a tropical cyclone. If it closes it up and it becomes fully rounded, it is a tropical cyclone, but currently we're not seeing signs of that yet, as every single model and also on satellite, it still looks like there's quite a bit of rotation near the NT border of Queensland and the Northern Territory. Take a look at the GFS ensembles here, and we can see maybe a potential formation. It could maybe form, and then it sort of moves into Australia, dies off, and yeah, could be a bit of a wind threat as well. Like I said, wind gusts could be as high as 55 miles per hour, with sustained winds currently at 45 miles per hour from our latest analysis, mainly because of how tall the cloud tops are, around minus 90 degrees in several places, consistent minus 80s in that central blow-up. Active on this day in 2018, we had Cyclone Gisa, a Category 4 tropical cyclone, which would peak as, I believe, a Category 5 on the Australian scale. I'm pretty sure it peaked with winds of 145 miles per hour. At this point, it was weakening and it would turn towards New Zealand, and it would make a landfall on New Zealand as an extratropical cyclone, one of the more powerful ones we've seen in their history. And it would be a threat, this system would be, and it would go very, very close, I believe, to Fiji, pretty much going through most of the islands of Fiji, pretty much literally going in between the islands of Fiji. Actually, I think it's Tonga, but yeah, it was a threat to New Zealand, and it did make an extratropical landfall there with winds around 65 miles per hour sustained. And from our analysis, the storm actually peaked only with winds of 140 miles per hour. The official, I believe, I do not take this as it is the official, but I believe it was 145. We have it peaking a bit lower than 140, but at this point the storm was weakening anyway, and it was beginning to move towards New Zealand. Anyway, thank you for watching this update, the first WTW World Tropical Weather video I have done. Let me know if you want me to do more of these. I will gladly do them every day. If there's any active storms or even inverts, I will do one every day. I'll gladly do one every day. But yeah, that's the first video on WTW. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.